What's up guys, it's Fran and thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So today, I know you're wondering why I'm looking especially crusty, and we're gonna get into that in a second, but first, let's get into some frequently asked questions. So, I started my micro lock journey September 28th of 2019. I have braid locks, obviously. I have 492 braid locks in total. I wash my hair once a week because my scalp is super dry. I retie my hair every 4 to 5 weeks, and I am almost 9 months locked. You guys who've been following me for a while know that I usually do my blah 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 month update at the end of the month because that is when I am officially that full month locked. However, this month I am actually taking my first graduate school class, and at the end of this month I have a 15-page paper due and a final exam due, so I will not have time to film any videos, and that is why I'm going to be doing this process a week and a half in advance. The reason I look this crusty is because I honestly just finished working out. I just got back from doing a run and my hair is nice and soaked in sweat and is very crusty, and I wanted to come and show you guys what I mean by I have a dry scalp. So before I go to wash my hair, I wanted to give you guys a close-up of what my hair looks like after 1 full week of working out and not washing my hair. As you can see, I have my scalp flaking up right up at the front, and that is usually where I'm driest. I'm usually dry right around the edges, and then if I part my hair down the middle, you'll be able to see that I'm a little bit dry and flakies are falling down as I am going through my hair. This is what my hair looks like after not retightening after about a month now, and it's getting to that point where I do need to retighten, but my new growth is honestly not too bad. I want to see if you guys be able to see it. Hopefully you guys can see this, but this is what my new growth looks like as it's growing out throughout the month. It's right here in front of my pointer finger. That's about as much that has grown out in about the last 3.5 to 4 weeks. Like I said, I am retightening a little bit sooner than I normally would, just because I normally wait until the very end of the month to retighten my hair, which usually puts me at about the 5.5 week mark. But I'm starting a little earlier this week, so regardless, I am about to go wash my hair. But I wanted to show you guys my own version of braiding and banding, since you guys know for sure I do not braid and band, but there is portions of my hair that I like to braid up so that they don't have a lot of slippage whenever I wash it. So for my hair, I always have slippage right in the front of my scalp. I always have slippage right in the front of my hair, so right around like the edges part and right in the back. So what I personally like to do is braid the very front of my hair where I know I deal with a lot of slippage, so that this is less likely to unravel in the front. And I do braid it all the way down. I do not deal with unraveling with the ones that are right here at the bottom towards like my sideburns, but I still braid those up into it. I'm gonna do the same thing with this side. Again, I'm only braiding up the lock that I know I have issues with unraveling right around the edges. I do not worry about braiding and banding my whole head, and that's just what works for me. I'm much lazier and I don't mind having to fix any ones that unravel, except for these up front, because I feel like my edges are so like brittle, and not really brittle anymore, but they're just now growing back from whenever I first locked my hair and whenever I was a loose natural and wearing a lot of like braid styles and wig styles that kind of did interfere with my edges. They're growing back pretty strong, but I don't want to like damage them in any way or prevent their growth back. And then I also do it right in the back. Let me turn around for you guys. So I also do it right in the back in these like small little quadrants, because these down at the bottom also tend to unravel at times. So I like to make that a little braid of its own. This one here in the center, it also deals with some slippage, but I don't mind putting that one back together because the slippage isn't as bad as some of the ones towards the nape of my neck. So I got my hair prepared, and now I'm ready to go wash my hair and start on my deep conditioning. And I am actually going to be taking you guys with me the best that I can, because I am not the best with filming anything really. So I'm going to do my best with showing you guys my process of washing my hair, putting in my deep conditioning mask, doing the hot oil treatment, and preparing for starting my retightenings. And then I'm going to show you my process of retightening. So if you are interested in seeing all of that stuff, just stay tuned. All right, hey guys, you guys are getting very personal with me today. This is the best way I could set up my camera so that you guys could be able to see me as I wash my hair and my whole process of what that looks like. Before I get started and before I mute you guys, because I like to listen to podcasts and stuff as I shower, I just wanted to come by really quick and show you what all I use while I'm washing my hair, which isn't much. Okay, so for washing my hair, I literally use one product, and that is Head and Shoulders. This is the Charcoal Daily Shampoo. I've been looking into using the moisturizer one, the one that's in like the blue. The bottle is blue, but I haven't been able to find it in stock yet. Everywhere that has it is always sold out. So the other thing that I use is a squeezy bottle. What is this called? Applicator. I use an applicator. What I do is I just pour this into this, and then I use it to like put the shampoo directly on my scalp. And so yeah, this is all I use literally to wash my hair. I do not use regular hair conditioner. Whenever I condition my hair, I'll always use a deep conditioner mask. So I'm gonna show you guys my process just for washing my hair. I forgot to mention that I have been doing the route of doing my deep conditioning mask while I'm still in the shower, instead of sitting under the dryer. But I do still sit under my portable dryer as well. It just depends on how much time I have. In this case, I am going to do the process of doing it while I'm in the shower. And so for the deep conditioning mask, I use this one, which is Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore Treatment Mask with shea butter, peppermint, and apple cider vinegar. So Shea Moisture makes my favorite like clay masks like this. It's usually what I always go for. I always use one of theirs. But if you guys have any recommendations on other ones I could try, just let me know. And then also I'm going to use a plastic cap. This is just to keep the moisture in and to allow the heat from the shower to kind of steam my hair while the mask is working. Whenever I do this, I also finish washing and shaving and doing all the other things that I do when I'm showering. So yeah, all right, now enjoy the royalty-free music. guys, so I finished washing my hair and this is what my hair looks like when I'm fresh out of the shower. And this is literally like the favorite part, like my favorite part of my hair. I was completely 4C hair. My hair is very coily and curls up on itself. No matter how much moisture I put onto it, it will always curl up on itself. Up here in the front, it's like a looser texture, but right in the middle and towards the back, it's very 4C. And so I've never gotten to see my own curls very much very recently until I was, you know, blocked and my curls had to clump together. So now I'm able to like actually see my hair as like clumped, and that's my favorite part of my journey. But all that said, I am about to do my hot oil treatment. But first I need to do some skincare really quick. I cannot find my hot oil treatment like cholesterol brand that I usually buy from like the beauty supply store. I bought a pack of 6 and I've only used 1, but I'm not sure where I put it at. So instead I'm going to make my own hot oil treatment, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. All right guys, so I just finished up with skincare and brushing my teeth and stuff for the night, and I wanted to come show you guys my process making my hot oil, or making the oil for the hot oil treatment, and how I apply it and let it set to rejuvenate my dry scalp. I use this is a thicker Jamaican black castor oil in peppermint. I have a little bit of peppermint oil on its own. I use extra virgin olive oil and some regular castor oil and some sweet almond oil. So I do heavy on the protein. I use a different applicator bottle. This one has a smaller tip. So the one that I use whenever I wash my hair has a wider tip because shampoo is like a thicker thing that has to get out. But this one is obviously thinner just because oil is thin. So I'm going to fill up this bottle. I don't really measure anything. I kind of just go off of what I personally like to have in my hot oil treatment. For the extra virgin olive oil, this is what I use the most of. So probably just gonna fill it up to there. Next is the sweet almond oil. I don't use much. Some castor oil. I'm gonna use a small amount of peppermint oil because this peppermint oil in particular is like super strong. So I don't even use like a whole drop, to be honest. I use very little. Otherwise your scalp is gonna feel how your mouth feels when you chew winter fresh gum. It's very, very like all pores open type of strong. So I don't like to use too much of it. And then lastly, gonna add in this Jamaican black castor oil. It's thicker and it does a better job at like coating the scalp. And that's it. That's like my oil mix, and that's what I like to use for my hot oil treatments. As you can see, I don't make much. I'm not gonna fill up this whole thing just because I feel like it's wasteful. So I put in that little bit, swoosh it around. As you can see, I have a little pot of water heating up on the stove, and I'm going to just set this in there and let it get a little bit hot. I don't want it like burning hot to where the oil is ready to cook something. I just want it to be warmed up enough to where I can put this on my scalp. It'll be kind of tingly, and then I'm gonna go sit under portable soft bonnet dryer. And so show you guys that. So this was just sitting in the water for a little bit. The oil, it's not hot, but it is a little warm to the touch. So I'm gonna let it cool off a little bit. So this has kind of cooled down a little bit, and I'm going to put this directly on my scalp. I don't want it on my actual locks, on the base of it. So I apply this directly to my scalp. As you guys can see, I still have the braids up front. Those are still braided up, and I'm going to keep them braided until my hair is mostly dry. Because this is a retightening kind of weekend, I probably won't let them dry all the way, just because I like to retighten my hair on damp hair. So I put a good amount over my full scalp, especially right up in the front where I get the most dry and flaky. There are some spots in my hair where I can feel that some of the oil isn't there, but with me massaging it in, oil is going to flow down. Taking a new bag. I buy these from my beauty supply store or order them from Amazon. I get like 100 in a pack for like $2 or something. It's super cheap. And just gonna put that on, and I'm gonna go sit under the dryer for a while. And let me show you guys that soft bonnet dryer. Okay, everyone, so this is my favorite soft bonnet dryer. This is the second one I've bought in like 2 years. They're pretty cheap, like 30 bucks on Amazon. They have this little nozzle here, and then also have they stick the bonnet and the plug into this small compartment, and it's basically just like the old school dryers we used to sit under back in the day whenever we had to go get our roller sets after we had a fresh relaxer going on. It's basically the same type of deal where the heat is blowing until and applying heat directly to your hair. I personally like to sit under these. If I'm doing deep condition, I'll sit under for at least 30 to 45 minutes and then do the same with the hot oil treatment. As you guys already saw, I did my deep conditioning in the shower. I put the conditioner mask on, washed up, washed my face, and washed it out. Just because whenever you're in the shower, I like to take hot showers. And so I'm depending on that steam from the hot shower to go into my hair and kind of do the same thing that I'm doing with the soft bonnet dryer. So this is what the bonnet looks like. It's clear. Mine is discolored because I used it when I dyed my hair. It's super comfortable. Honestly, I will put this on and eat my food, watch my movie. I put like the volume on loud or put the captions on. And sometimes I even fall asleep and take a nap in it, to be honest. These are very, very comfortable. So I'm going to plug this in, get comfortable, eat my food, let my scalp get all its nourishment. Also, it's important to point out that this is loud. So if you're looking for a more quiet blow dryer, this is not it. And if anyone is wondering, I do like this soft bonnet dryer more than I like the extensions that you can put onto like a regular blow dryer. And that's just because this is kind of like less maintenance and it doesn't require you to hang on to it. You can literally just put the dryer box away and carry on with the rest of your day. Whereas I found if I didn't hold my blow dryer while I had the soft bonnet extension on, it could easily come undone, or I would have to be able to hold it and multitask, and it will be uncomfortable after a while. So I prefer this method, but I'm sure you could get the same exact results with the extension onto your blow dryer. I'm about to eat some lunch and watch something on Netflix, and I will get back to you guys in a sec. Hey everybody, welcome back. So I washed out the oil from my hair, and this is what my hair is looking like, ready to be retied. While I'm starting my retie process, or anytime that I'll wash my hair, I'll always spray it with my favorite leave-in conditioner. You guys already know that this conditioner is the Hawaiian Silky 4-in-1 Miracles Natural apple cider vinegar leave-in conditioner with black castor oil. It smells so good. If you guys are interested in this, I will be leaving a link to it in my description box below. I swear by this. I've used a lot of different ones. I've tried testing a lot of different ones. This is the only thing that keeps my hair not dry and flaky to where I can stretch it out to a week, week and a half. As you guys saw at the beginning of the video where I had the dry and flakies right towards the front, usually this is pretty good at preventing that, but I have not been using it as much over this last month because I've been testing out a different leave-in conditioner, but this is my tried and true. So anytime, especially when I'm going to be doing the retightenings, I go ahead and spray my hair down with this before I section it off. Before I do section it off, again, I'm going to show you my favorite retightening tools for the front of my hair, right around the edges where my edges are just growing back and I'm able to lock them now. I used this latch hook for it because it's able to grip them, whereas my other tool that I use is these like micro lock tools. It is curved. I got them from Amazon for like 18 bucks for a pack of 6, I think. And this is my tried and true. I prefer using the ones that curve over the ones that are straight. I have one of those as well, but I do not like it, especially because it has like a small circle right here at the top and it holds on to parts of my hair and breaks it. So this is my ultimate favorite tool, and eventually when my edges grow out long enough, I'll be using this to retighten those as well. I'm going to definitely show you guys how I retighten my hair. I use the 3 rotation method. So for as far as like whenever I section my hair off to be retightened, again, I'm leaving these in the braids. I have 2 sections right at the top. I take this middle section right from like the top of my ear across to the other top of my ear, and I divide that into 3. Again, I am personally not worried about my grid or anything like that. So obviously if you are like if you're getting sister locks or something like that, they're going to be much more precise with how they part your hair before they start the retightening process. But that's not me, so I do as I do. Okay, so all of it is put into my so all of my hair is sectioned off, and as you can see, I'm leaving this part out, which I probably will go find a clip so that I can section it up while I retighten it. And yeah, so only tips that I have throughout the retightening process is to make sure you have some snack, and I'm about to put something good on TV. I'm gonna fix me some popcorn probably a little bit later and get started on my hair. So yeah, guys, whenever I'm done, I'll be back to show you guys how I go through the process of finishing my hair. I'm going to show you how I do my 3-point rotation and finish up the rest of this video. See you guys in a second. All right, good morning. I have completely finished my whole hair process. I finished retightening my hair yesterday afternoon, but I just wasn't in the mood to come here and film, so I'm doing this in the morning of the next day. In total, I wanted to show you guys, it took me a little over 4.5 hours to retighten my hair. And that's with me starting it on Friday, stopping when I was ready for bed, starting it again the next morning on Saturday. So it took me about 4.5 hours total to do my whole head, and that's with doing all 490 locks, because I still got 2 that I haven't finished right at the top of my head that I wanted to kind of show you guys my process for retightening. And I wanted to kind of discuss with you guys why I choose my 3-point rotation rather than 2-point rotation or 4-point rotation. So during my research of micro locks, I learned that there was kind of a difference of how your locks will look whenever you do a 2-point, 3-point, or 4-point. So a 2-point rotation specifically, you only go 2 ways to retighten your hair. I got this question on one of my last videos about the rules that I break on my micro lock journey. And one of the comments said basically that she does not choose a rotation. She just knows that she does not go into the same direction as she previously went. And the reason the rotation is important is because of how circular you want your locks to look and how tight you want your locks to look. I didn't personally want super tight, super thin locks, which is why I chose the 3-point rotation. But basically the 2-point rotation is still cylinder, not as cylinder, and it allows for more of the traditional lock look because it allows more of that matting in the center. So it creates like larger holes in your hair for your hair to kind of like mat together. In comparison, the 4-point rotation does not allow for as many holes, and therefore it has a tighter hold. So it's really the difference between like how tight and small, like skinny, do you want your locks to look. And then also you need to take into account that your hair texture, some hair textures don't work well with 2-point rotation, at least not in the beginning. So I did see in a kind of different cases where they started their locks with 4-point in order to keep it from unraveling, and then as their locks matured, they continued to uphold it with 2-point rotation. Same thing with 4-point or 3-point rotation. I wanted the 3-point rotation because I wanted mine to kind of expand just a little bit so you could see more of my texture. I know when I saw pictures comparing 4-point rotation to 3-point rotation, I really liked the texture of the lock with the 3-point rotation in comparison to the 4-point rotation, just because the 4-point rotation didn't allow for your actual texture to show as much. So that's why I choose the 3-point rotation. Next, I did talk to you guys in one of the last clips about my favorite lock tools to use, and I was telling you guys how I don't like the straighter ones, and I actually found my old one. This is the first lock tool that I bought. As you can see, this one is straighter and it has like much less of a curve. It has a very slight curve, but not like major. And then also it has this little point right at the top of the lock tool. It's like a little circle, and I don't like that circle like in comparison to my go-to lock tool now. This one is clearly a lot more curved, and it does not have that little circle thing right at the top of it. This little circle thing they have here, which I don't even know why they put it there, it catches your hair, and so you can kind of feel whenever you're doing the retightening, you can kind of feel your hair like latch onto this and kind of rip apart. Not rip apart, it's like a harsh way. You can feel it like attaching and kind of like snapping different strands of your hair, and that kind of made me uncomfortable. So this is way better for that. So I wanted to show you guys just really quick how I retighten my hair. So just have these two right at the top that still needs to be done, and I'm gonna zoom you guys in so hopefully you guys can see pretty close of my hair. The whole process is this lock tool that I use. It has the wider part at the bottom and then the skinnier part at the top. I bend my lock over upon itself. I fold it and stick it through the wider part. And then I let it hang like that. I make sure that the lock goes into like this, where it goes skinnier towards the top. I put it in there and I hold the fold, and that just makes it a little bit easier for me as my locks have gotten longer anyway. So 3-point rotation is, you want to start down in the position that you want the lock to lay. So I want mine to lay this way. So I'm going to start and go down towards the way that I want it to lay, like this. And then I go front, down again, back, and down again. And that is a full 3-point rotation. So the reason that that is considered 3-point, even though you know I did more than just 3 points, the reason it's considered at 3 points because I only went 3 directions. So if you want to go 4 points, you go down, left, up, right, or whichever pattern you want to do. That's why it's considered 4 points, because you're going all 4 directions. For me, the 3-point is going to be left, down, right, down, left, down, right, down, if that makes sense. So that means it's only going 3 directions, whereas with the 2-point, you're only doing, you know, right, down, or left, up, or whatever you choose to do. And those are the only 2 ways that you're locking your hair. So that one's done. And now we want to do the second one really quick. So same thing, just folding my lock up, folding it over. As your lock gets like longer, it's like a little bit easier to kind of fold it up like that in comparison to some of my shorter ones, like towards the front. Like those aren't really like folded at all. I don't fold those at all, but whenever your lock's getting longer, it's a little easier to fold them. So anyway, keeping the locks separate so that I'm not hooking another lock into it, which you will do if you're doing this on your own. You will definitely like accidentally put some locks together. Is I will hold my lock at the base. That way I know where I'm putting the tip of the lock tool. But I know some people use like a mirror up close and personal. I don't. I used to at the beginning whenever I first started locking my own hair, but I find that if I'm holding the base, I can kind of feel around on my head and see, like not see, but feel where I'm putting the tip at and making sure I'm doing it in the right spot. And that was one full rotation, and I am completely done with my retightening. So before we end this video, I wanted to give you guys a full 360 of my hair. So really quick, just to show you guys how my hair looks. This is how it's looking from the top. And it's a part down the middle. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the different style. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe because it does help me as a growing creator on this platform. I will upload a video every Monday by 3 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.